The line for Nvidia's Rubin chip doesn't start at the door of a data center. It starts in the situation rooms of the G7. While the world is distracted by raw specs and benchmarks, a quiet priority access treaty is being signed behind closed doors that effectively divides the world into two classes: the digital elite and the obsolete. In 2026, money is no longer enough to buy your way into the future. Even with a billion-dollar budget, you are likely already on a permanent wait list. Today, we're revealing the mechanics of the Rubin Lockout, and the one specific reason your passport, not your bank account, now determines your survival in the AI race. Why is a piece of silicon causing a diplomatic crisis? The answer is inference sovereignty. In our previous analysis, we looked at how the Rubin architecture effectively killed 2025 hardware. But for a nation-state, the technical spec is secondary to the strategic one. Nations like Japan, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE are no longer content with renting space in a foreign cloud. They are building intelligence fortresses. By leveraging the Vera CPU's integrated memory fabric, these countries can now run an entire nation's legal, medical, and military data within their own borders. They are decoupling. They are realizing that if you don't own the compute, you don't own your sovereignty. If you think a trillion-dollar hyperscaler is automatically first in line, you're looking at the old playbook. Nvidia is now practicing what we call strategic allocation. Priority is being shifted to sovereign AI projects that offer Nvidia something better than money: geopolitical stability. If a country offers Nvidia land, dedicated nuclear power, and zero-tax foundry zones, they jump to the front of the line. This has created a Rubin lockout for everyone else. If you are a mid-sized firm or a startup in 2026, you aren't just competing with Google for chips. You are competing with the sovereign wealth of nations. The reason you can't just buy your way in is HBM4. The global supply of high-bandwidth memory for 2026 and 2027 is effectively spoken for. This is the first artificial scarcity event in the history of AI. Nvidia physically cannot manufacture enough Rubin racks to satisfy the market, because the memory stacks are being diverted to national security superclusters. This isn't a supply chain hiccup, it's a strategic embargo. We are entering an era where compute is being treated exactly like oil was in the 1970s. It is a resource so vital that its distribution is controlled by treaties, not just purchase orders. This brings us to the final gatekeeper: the 2-nanometer Iron Curtain. The U.S. government is now using Rubin access as the ultimate carrot. Access to the 22-terabyte memory wall is now a tool for building alliances. To get on the list, you must align with the technological standards of the West. This isn't hardware anymore. It's a digital pact. If you're on the wrong side of that curtain, you're not just a generation behind. You're living in a different technological era entirely. The Rubin lockout is the moment AI moved from the world of tech into the world of territory. The question for 2026 isn't whether you can afford the chip, but whether the world's most powerful companies and governments will allow you to buy it. If you were the leader of a small nation, would you trade your data privacy for a spot on the Rubin waitlist? Or would you accept a future as a second-class digital power? Let me know your move in the comments. Subscribe to LogicMap to stay on the right side of the curtain.